Department in Buckeye, Arizona. His end of watch was April the 8th, and unfortunately, he was a victim of COVID-19. We have police officer David Harday of the Lexington County Police Department in North Carolina. His end of watch was April the 17th. He succumbed to the complications of a gunshot wound that he received in May of 1992. We have Sergeant James Smith of the Iowa State Patrol. His end of watch was Friday, the April 9th, and he was shot while attempting to arrest a suspect. And we have Deputy Sheriff Thomas Patrick Barnes of the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department in Mississippi. His end of watch was April 10th. He was killed in a vehicle crash while responding to a domestic disturbance. And we have Border Patrol Agent Christopher Shane Simpkins of the United States Department of Homeland Security. He passed away from COVID-19 complications also. His end of watch was April 12th, and Border Patrol Agent Christopher Shane was a military veteran. Hank, you got any locals?
Yeah, unfortunately we do. I think probably everybody knows or should know that Bob Wine passed away, Bob Wine Jr. The nursery, they've been very good to veterans over the years, and certainly we're sorry to hear about his passing. That nursery he started, or his dad started, was second to none. They really do a great job out there, and they're very supportive of veterans. The other one is Robert Sasso. Robert and Pat, I knew his wife very well, and they both were very supportive of vets, helping vets. Robert was an Army veteran and also a Merchant Marine veteran. Again, two big supporters of the veteran community. I think that's it for the local and other casualties. And by the way, keep in mind that when we read these casualties, we may not give you a lot of details, but most of them were killed in the line of duty. Joe, go ahead.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
There's just something beautiful and haunting at the same time every week when we play that, guys. Hello?
We're on a cell phone because our phones are down temporarily, so don't, if you hear an echo, I probably sound better on the cell phone.
I know you look better.
Sometimes I look good, but sometimes I look even better than that.
That's what I'm saying. You're a good-looking man, Hank. Joe won't admit that, but you're a good-looking man.
Tom, you don't get shortchanged when you meet me. Let me tell you, buddy.
No, sir. Or Gary, by the way. You don't get shortchanged when you meet Gary either.
Well, that's debatable. Okay. Hey, listen, we've got to talk. We do every week. We do casualties, and we do. Sometimes it's just you think it's just a matter of routine, but it's not routine to us because we see their pictures and their photos of them in uniform, and sometimes we see their family photos along with them. So over the years, those things stick in your mind. You see what these men and women do for us, and then dying in their line of duty. Just in all this talk that we hear every day, bombarded by some of the news media about police brutality and all of that. There is some of that going on without question. But since the first of the year, according to the Fraternal Order of Police, 45 law enforcement officers have been gunned down, shot in the line of duty. 45. 13 of them have died. Okay? And so far, in 2020, there were 264 police officers shot. 264 in 2020. And this year, already, it's shaping up to be a worse year than last year. So when people start talking to me about police brutality, there is police brutality. You know what? It's the thugs on the street shooting and killing our police officers who are trying to protect all of us. And sometimes we forget that, and I sure hope to hell we remember that every day, because we do, and we see it. So just something to think about, folks. Sort of one of my pet peeves. I get tired of hearing ABC and NBC News always talking about the thugs who get shot, but they never talk about the police officers, or seldom do, who get killed in the line of duty by the thugs. And there's a hell of a lot more of them getting killed than there are thugs.
But it's because Hank. I think that's because we who support law enforcement and we who support policing, we're the silent majority. So we express our thoughts in different ways. So it's not as newsworthy or salacious because it won't sell advertising, because it won't be clickbait and it won't get people to tune in. So I think a lot of this is driven by clickbait and how many viewers and how many eyes I can get.
Well, I think you're right. I also think there's a prejudice. There's a leaning, more than leaning. They're already on the left. Most of them are so left that I think they meet each other sometimes. They don't like police officers themselves, and they don't like law enforcement. They don't like the laws. We got a bunch of anarchists in the news media. So, so when I get a chance, I will speak up about it when I get some information. And that's why we do the casualties, to remind people that every week, law enforcement, firefighters, first responders, prison guards put their lives on the line basically to protect us, to make sure that we're safe. And I get, an occasion when a thug gets shot, the media loves to cover it and loves to find the fact that maybe a mistake was made. But they never cover when an innocent police officer doing his job gets shot by a thug. Very, very seldom.
100%.
On your point, well taken. Hey, listen, I've got Jinky here with us. She's monitoring us this morning, making sure we're behaving ourselves.
Can we bring Jinky in after we pay some bills?
Why don't you pay the bills first? Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
That you have money to pay the bills with, man.
That's what I'm saying. We'll be right back after this timeout on WOCA, The Source.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
Can it possibly be time for crepe myrtles? Well, it sure is at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala, mid-Florida's low-price headquarters for crepe myrtles. Bob has #1 size white or pink crepe myrtles for just $6.99. Larger exotics like Plum Magic, Pure Purple, Black Diamond, and more, they're just $39.99. And be sure to check out the buy one, get one free deal on crepe myrtles delivered, planted, and guaranteed for one low price on the largest of all crepe myrtles. Also in this week's ad, there's a new selection of camellias, now super low priced at $9.99. Citrus trees start at $59.99, and they throw in a free bag of fertilizer. Check the ad or go to the paper at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. Then head on over to Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street in the same blooming place since 1952.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. It is Veterans News, brought to you by Hires Baxley, Bob Wines Community Garden, and of course, the good folks at Veterans Helping Veterans, as they're on the phone line with us. Back out to you guys.
Hey, we're still here. Yeah, we're breaking up, probably just like you are. I hope people are receiving us better than we're receiving us over here. But
Yeah, you're coming
I'm
through
glad you're
strong.
back. How's everything going? You all healed up?
Well, the doctor says I still got about 8 weeks before I can go back to a normal life. I'm better today than I was yesterday, but it's still, back surgery's no good. It's one of those things.
You've never been normal.
Well, that's a good point.
Come on.
It's a valid point. Valid point. So,
I mean, I know you like to believe that, but I know better. Hey, listen, Jinky Diaz is here. Jinky, one of the services we provide over here is information on mortgages and how to get a mortgage if you're a veteran or non-veteran. So Jinky is our expert. She is actually in that business and is a mortgage broker, loan officer. So she's got some information she's going to pass along to you about VA loans and one of our programs we have going now.
Good morning. Hi, Tom.
good morning.
Good morning. First of all, I would like to share everyone that Veterans Helping Veterans have a new program now to assist our low-income veterans with housing payments. So that includes their rent, their mortgage, and utilities. So if you're a low-income veteran, please give us a call with Veterans Helping Veterans. It's 352-433-2320. Again, it's 352-433-2320. Now, in regards to my real job, which is being a loan officer, we do have several loan programs, and one of them is, of course, the VA loan. So I'm calling our veterans out there with an existing mortgage right now. If your rate is over 4% or even over 3%, it all depends, obviously, on the loan amount and your qualification. You can refinance with no appraisal, no income requirement. And if you're interested to know more about our home loans, you may call me at 352-286-9491. Back to you, Gary.
All right, just to let everybody know, these COVID-19 vaccines are readily available now for all ages. I believe it's 16 and up. So, if you're out there, if you're a veteran especially, or, listening to this show, go ahead and get your vaccines while you can. I think, Hank, as far as our staff goes, we should be about 100% here.
Yeah, I think we're 100%. I do have one volunteer who has chosen not to get it, but you'll have minimum contact with those folks. And, of course, something was just handed to me, and I'll let you read it there, about free vaccines. Of course it is.
Yeah, we've got...
Joyce, before you do that, though, Joyce is the project leader for that housing assistance program that we do. Mm-hmm. And we just did, 2 people yesterday for rent assistance. So, again, if they're low income and they're falling behind on their rent, or, there's some circumstances they can't pay it, you need to come talk to us. If you're a veteran, come talk to us. You know,
Available if you need it, we're here for you.
we want to spend that money. We want to get it out. That's what we got it for, and don't want you to be in arrears on your rent and getting evicted.
You
Okay.
don't have to be. It's right here for you. Waiting on you. Come and ask.
Okay, Gary. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
And, just when we say rent and utilities, that includes water and gas if you have gas, not just electric. So, again, that's how Vets does it all. It as much as we can. Want to let you know that you can get a free COVID-19 vaccination at the Salvation Army. This will be the 2-dose vaccine. It's the Pfizer. Very safe, the one my wife got, in fact, and she was quite happy with it. Sign up is going to be today. You can expect to wait 15 minutes after your vaccinations, and you can eat and take medications as normal. Matter of fact, as far as the eating goes, now I'm sorry, I said today because the flyer was put in my hand, but it's April 26th. It's Monday. Okay, and that's at the Salvation Army at 320 First Avenue. The vaccine's going to be administered from 3 to 5 p.m. That's right before dinner, so you can stay for dinner. It's primarily for homeless, but if you get over there and sign up, I'm sure they'll give it to everybody. And also on Wednesday, April the 28th, at St. Teresa's Catholic Church, they'll be doing it from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. before lunch. So that means I guess that they're going to have you have lunch there too. And Saturday, if those people have to work Monday through Friday, May the 1st at Saving Mercy, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I want to say Saving Mercy, Hank, is over there on West 40, just past the racetrack gas station. I believe it used to be a RV village. So please, we encourage you, don't listen to all this fake news. Get vaccinated. Let's get rid of this COVID-19 and get back to some semblance of normal.
Yeah, I'll let you know that we had one of our volunteers about COVID about 6 months ago, maybe. Yeah,
At least,
yeah. His name is Wayne. We saw Wayne actually got through it all after 6 months of fighting this. He's not completely well, but we were happy to see him. He came in the other day, but he will tell you that this is something you don't want to mess around with. And he was in the hospital for 4 months and intensive care for 3 months. This is a thing that will kill you, can kill you. And if it doesn't kill you, it will make you sick as a dog. So seriously, unless you got some religious objections or health objections to taking that vaccine, seriously consider taking it, because the consequences of not getting that virus is devastating. And if you had seen what Wayne went through, you wouldn't want anybody including yourself, to go through that.
And Wayne was probably wrote off for dead at least twice that I know of. But, a lot of people continued praying. So, Jinky and I were talking about it yesterday. We feel that's a miracle that God gave us. So,
well, I'll tell you too, let me pat his wife on the back, because twice the doctors wanted to pull the plugs, and twice she told them, you're not pulling the plugs. Absolutely not. So keep that in mind as well. Don't let somebody who maybe wants to make extra room for another patient to come in because they need the bed to make that decision. That's a family decision. Thankfully, his wife was strong enough to resist the recommendations of in this case, the VA doctors who wanted to pull the plug. So, kudos to her. She did a great job taking care of him while he was in the hospital and now.
And even through hospice, and not too many people walk out of hospice.
Well, that does happen. That was rare. So again, just to tell you, it's still here, and people are still coming down with it. I'll remind everybody what a great job the Marion County Health Department has done. I think this area, Marion County leads this area in giving out vaccines, and they do an outstanding job. Most of us in here went through the health department. They do a great job, and they need to be recognized. Gary, a little bit about the food program, because we're getting near the end of the line here.
Yeah, thank God, we're blessed with plenty of food, including meat. We have TFAP still. We're still in that program. So, we could really load you up. If you're hungry, come and see us. I know there's a lot of people giving out food, but, it's just select items. We can get you everything you need, including your toiletries, your personal items. We even have laundry soap, thank God. So, come see us, get what you need. We're here to bless you as, we've been blessed by so many of these other agencies and stuff to make sure the veterans of Marion County are taken care of.
Yeah, let me again thank somebody else. And sometimes you forget to do this, but I won't mention his last name. But Mike, and I know Mike listens to the radio show, came in last week with a nice donation to help us here with Vets Helping Vets, and also to help the Veterans Council get that bus that they're I think the funding is already here, or very close to it. Of course, there's going to be ongoing expenses as well. So, Mike, if you listen, and I think you usually do, thank you again. You really made a difference, and we really appreciate your generosity, and along with a lot of other people as well. So, Tom, where are we on time? My watch is...
You got about a minute and a half.
A minute and a half. Well, in a minute and a half, I can talk about all kinds of things,
exactly,
including you, Tom. Hey, where is Joe this morning?
He's in text land. He's been texting me, but no physical show.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, they got this whole move they're in the middle of, that's really consuming all their time. As we announced earlier this week, we will be leaving the confines of the radio studio here and relocating. We have not announced where we're relocating, but we have announced that there is a relocation in progress.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that was coming. I didn't know, about the location. I guess the location is probably top secret because they don't want people bothering you for your autograph, Tom.
There you go. I don't like to be bothered.
No, as we speak, there's 200 or 300 people outside your window trying to get your attention.
At least, and I don't like to be bothered. I just don't.
Well, I don't. Stardom is a burden, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. It gets in the way.
Hey, listen, guys. We appreciate the time. I appreciate you listening in, and thank you for your service. And remember, God bless America.
Talk to you next week, guys.
Okay, bye.
That's Vets Helping Vets. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Lance Pride.
South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott is planning to reintroduce his police reform bill in the coming weeks. On Wednesday, Scott told reporters on Capitol Hill that he's trying to work across the aisle. Democrats and Republicans both introduced competing police reform bills in 2020, neither of which got very far. Oklahoma Senate Bill 631 will designate Oklahoma as a Second Amendment sanctuary state. Republican Governor Kevin Stitt is expected to sign it this week after approval by the state's House of Representatives. Oklahoma Senator Warren Hamilton.
Modern sporting rifles,